We all know the story, right? The poor kid, the eccentric chocolatier, the magical factory. But what if I told you that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory isn't just a whimsical fairy tale? What if it's actually a perfectly engineered moral universe? Well, today we're unwrapping the brilliant structure hidden just beneath the surface to see what makes this story so timeless. Yeah, this book is so much more than a simple children's story. It's a total masterclass in how to build a world and, more importantly, how to build characters that teach us something. See, Roald Dahl didn't just write a story. He created this incredibly balanced moral ecosystem, and we're about to see exactly how he pulled it off. So, what's the secret ingredient here? I mean, really, why does this story stick with us generation after generation? The answer is all in its amazing structure. It's a classic hero's journey, just disguised with a thick coating of fantasy and chocolate. And we're going to break it down piece by piece. Okay, so first things first, a world of contrasts. Every great journey has to start somewhere, in the hero's ordinary world. And for Charlie Bucket, that world is defined almost entirely by what he doesn't have, and what's shimmering just beyond his reach, the magical, mysterious Wonka factory. I mean, just look at this. This is Charlie's entire world in two pictures. On one hand, you have his reality, cramped, cold, and bleak. And on the other, you have the impossible, colorful promise of Wonka's factory, a place he has to walk by every single day. That contrast, right there, that's the engine that drives this entire story. And the stakes couldn't be clearer, could they? Charlie's life is all about deprivation. We're talking watery cabbage soup, sleeping on mattresses on the floor, and getting just one chocolate bar a year. Meanwhile, across town, Wonka's world is one of pure, mind-boggling excess. A world of magic, of secrets, of plenty. It's a universe away, but it's just down the street. And then, the call to adventure arrives, the 5 golden tickets. Now, this is where Dahl's genius really kicks into high gear. The first 4 kids who find these tickets, they aren't just lucky. Oh no, they are walking, talking examples of very specific human flaws. You could almost think of them as modern versions of the 7 deadly sins. So first up, we meet Augustus Gloop. And Dahl does not mince words, describing him as enormously fat, as if he'd been blown up with a powerful pump. This kid isn't just someone who enjoys candy. He's the literal embodiment of pure gluttony. And if you're not convinced, just listen to his own mother. She says, eating is his hobby. That's all he's interested in. His entire identity, his only identity, is consumption. This is not subtle, folks, and it's not supposed to be. Dahl is setting up a very, very clear moral test. So, gluttony. Augustus Gloop is the dictionary definition. His whole character serves one single purpose, to represent this flaw. And, as we're about to see, it's going to be his complete undoing. All right, next up, Veruca Salt. Now, if Augustus represents a sin of the body, Veruca is all about a sin of the spirit. One that is 100% enabled by her wealthy and, let's be honest, totally spineless parents. Her own father tells reporters how she'd just scream at him and lie on the floor kicking and yelling for hours until she finally got what she wanted. See, she doesn't earn her ticket. She doesn't even really find it. She just demands it. Her desire is everything. And that, my friends, is the absolute definition of greed. So just like he did with Augustus, Dahl gives us another character who is completely defined by one single all-consuming flaw. He's building a pattern here, and we're definitely supposed to be paying attention. And the pattern just keeps on rolling. You've got Violet Beauregarde, the poster child for pride, who is completely obsessed with her record-breaking gum chewing. And then there's Teavee, who basically represents sloth, totally lost in the passive, violent world of television. Each one of these kids is a perfect caricature of a moral failure and a pretty sharp critique of modern life. But then there's Charlie, our hero. And unlike the other kids who pretty much just buy or demand their way to a ticket, Charlie's journey is a genuine trial. He has to earn it. Not with money, not with tantrums, but with quiet, unbreakable resilience. Just think about this gauntlet he has to run. First, there's the crushing disappointment of his one and only birthday chocolate bar. Nothing. Then, his grandpa's secret, hopeful gamble with a coin. Nothing. And then, it hits rock bottom. His dad loses his job, and the family literally starts to starve. Dahl pushes this poor kid right to the absolute edge.
And this is the moment. It's only when Charlie is at his absolute lowest point, starving, cold, with pretty much no hope left, that destiny steps in. He doesn't find the ticket when he's wishing for it. He finds it when he's just trying to survive.
He buys that first chocolate bar, just for a little bit of food, something to fill his aching stomach. And then, with the tiny bit of change left over, he buys a second. And there it is. He found it. He passed his test of character. He has officially crossed the threshold. And so, we finally arrive at the factory. But this is no simple tour. No, this is a series of moral tests, all set in a world of pure, unfiltered temptation. And the very first one is basically designed for our first flawed contestant. Can you even imagine you walk into a room where there's a river, a literal river of the best melted chocolate in the world? For a boy like Augustus Gloop, this isn't just a cool sight, it's paradise. It's also, of course, the perfect trap. And the consequence is immediate, and it is brutal. Wonka warns him, don't touch the chocolate. But Augustus's defining flaw, his gluttony, it makes it physically impossible for him to listen. He just has to have it. And right into the river he goes. The cause and effect here is just so swift and perfect. He ignores the rules because of his appetite. His appetite makes him fall in, and then he's literally removed from the story by the very chocolate he craved. His sin leads directly to his punishment. It's a perfect, self-contained moral lesson. And just like that, the contest has begun. Each new room in this factory is going to present a brand new temptation. Each one perfectly designed to expose the specific flaw of each kid left. So the question isn't really if they're going to fail, it's how. And that, in a nutshell, is the absolute genius of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.